Hello everybody, it's Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show, and today I want to address a question that I've been getting more lately. And basically the question is, if the raw food diet is so good, why do you need supplements? And that's a very good question to somebody who's curious about nutrition. And my first response would be, why do you want to know that answer? Do you want to know because you sincerely are looking for the best health? Or do you want to know because you're trying to prove the raw diet wrong or something wrong? And if you're just trying to prove something wrong, well, I could introduce you to a lot of people that will agree with whatever it is you think you're doing or whatever you want to believe. But when we look at the science behind things, when we look at the facts behind things, unless you're growing food yourself or getting food from a really special place where the soil is still mineralized, it's going to be very difficult to get all the nutrients you need from any type of diet, fruits or vegetables or literally anything. It's just not there because man has destroyed the soil so much. And some people say, well, what about organic fruits and vegetables? Well, I'm sad to say sometimes the organic fruits and vegetables have less nutrients than the unorganic fruits and vegetables. See, a lot of the fertilizers will add nutrients to the soil and help the fruit or vegetable actually grow. But then you got the issue with all the toxic chemicals that are in the unorganic food. So what is better, getting less nutrients or getting more chemicals and toxins? Well, you can get organic food that's highly mineralized. I mean, wild foods would be my first choice. Finding wild edible greens in nature, that'd be my first choice. Another choice would be you control the soil with either rock dust or compost soil, and you can control the soil so the stuff that's growing in that soil is higher quality. But from my experience and in my opinion, it is impossible to get all the nutrients our body needs from any standard commercial diet today. And what I mean by that is, if the majority of your diet consists of something that you paid for from a store, I'm not talking about a farmer's market, that may be different, but from a store, you can't get all the nutrients your body needs to thrive, and supplements is essential. Even if you're eating a raw diet, even if you're on a vegan diet, but raw vegan is not the issue because our Creator made all the nutrients in the food for us to thrive. But the issue is, many of them aren't there because man has taken it away. And in some things, like in, let's say milk, for example, animal milk, even though it's drugged up animal milk, they have to put back some of the nutrients in there. So they might say fortified, or even bread, it might say fortified. Well, bread was never meant to have these lack of nutrients anyway. They had to fortify it because they stripped down the bread so much in the processing of it, and the grain is so weak from the poor soil that of course they have to fortify these things or add things to them. Well, the things they're adding to them aren't that great either. But if you take supplements, then you'll be better off. Now, there are different types of supplements out there. I take a good amount of nutritional supplements, and I base that on my own blood work on a test by Dr. Shandell, which I talk about a lot on my website. You can go look at Dr. Shandell's website as well and find out about his longevity blood profile test. But again, you know, just because you need to take supplements on a raw food diet doesn't mean a raw food diet is not excellent. And I would tell you, when you look at the understanding of food and how much energy most food takes to digest versus fresh, raw, ripe, organic fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, especially the fruits and the water-rich vegetables, it doesn't even come close to dead animals and processed food and dehydrated foods and denatured foods. It doesn't even come close. So the body's using so much less energy to get what it needs. And there's actually still stuff in there that the body can use versus these other processed foods where not only can they get anything out, but they're looking real hard, or the cells are looking real hard for nutrients, but they're just not there. So you've worked very hard to get very little. When you eat a raw food diet, you're working very little to get very much. And that is the key from a nutritional standpoint to health. So we have to seek out the highest quality food. And when we think about that, it's not only food with high nutrition in it. It's also, we got to take into consideration how much water content is in the food. If you're putting that food through a juicer, is a lot of liquid going to come out of that? That determines a lot when we talk about digestion, because if there's less liquid in there, your body's going to have to work that much harder. And then you got to look at, again, the toxins. That's why organic food is so so it's important, because the stress that it puts on the body to deal with these toxins is stress that the body can use elsewhere, and you're destroying your immune system when you're eating unorganic food. And you're creating and feeding diseases many times because of some of these chemicals that are in the food. So we got to think about that. I mean, you wouldn't take an apple and somebody sprayed it with bug spray, and you wouldn't say, well, I'll just wash it off and eat it. You wouldn't do that, but that's what you do when you're eating unorganic food. Now, I eat some organic food. Foods are different. Some of them are worse than others. I eat unorganic avocados, and it's not just on the skin. It does get in the soil, so organic is still ideal and best. But to answer that question again, why do we need supplements if we eat a raw food diet or a raw vegan diet? Well, I believe you need supplements no matter what diet you choose to eat. But you're going to need a lot less supplements if you're eating foods with the highest quality nutrients, and that would be the raw food. And it'll also digest the easiest as well. So there's your answer. If you have any other questions, post them below the video. I do my best to answer questions on my member site, rawlifehealthshow.com. And there's many other videos besides the video you're seeing on rawlifehealthshow.com. If you're watching this on rawlifehealthshow.com, I got some more cool videos coming soon for the members only. But go into the members only section on the website. You'll see a lot of videos. Somebody contacted me the other day. They said, oh, I haven't seen any new videos posted lately. I said, well, have you seen hundreds of videos that are exclusive to Raw Life Health Show already? And they go, no. Click on members only and you'll see that. All right, until then, everybody, you have a great day and a great raw life.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, brighten up your life.